Hey there, I'm Nicholas Blakeman. I'm a transfer student from ISU, currently a junior in college, and I'm a veteran of the U.S. Army. So I'm a single father, so I decided to put a picture of my son and me. This is us looking cool at church. So the career that I am aspiring to have after school is an attorney. So an attorney, or a lawyer, represents and advises his or her clients in both criminal and civil cases. Essentially, it's the guy in a fancy suit you see at the courthouse. Kind of like a doctor, you can either be a general practitioner, where you cover a spectrum of different types of cases, or you can specialize in a type of law that you find interesting, things like criminal law, real estate law, probate law, or environmental law. The educational requirements to be an attorney is you have to have a Juris Doctorate, or a JD. You get one of those at law school. So here's my 4-year plan. I guess it's a little bit longer than 4 years because of the law school, though. So right now I'm at BYUI. I'm getting a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and I have a minor of International Studies. International Studies, while I was at ISU, was my major. And when I switched over to BYUI, I decided to change my major to psychology, and I'll actually talk about that in just a little bit. So after I graduate from BYUI, I have to take the LSAT, get some letters of recommendation, and before I go to law school, I'm going to get a little bit of legal experience. So the LSAT is a kind of like the MCAT for med school. The LSAT is the standardized testing that you have to take before you go to law school to kind of rank yourself, to let the law school know what kind of student you are. Letters of recommendation are something that we've covered in class already, but essentially I'm going to try to get some from past mentors, professors, and 2 attorneys that I know. The legal experience that I'm trying to get is an internship at 2 different law firms while I'm at school and directly after. The law school that I want to go to is the BYU Law School, the J. Reuben Clark Law School. That's where I'll get my Juris Doctorate. And law school can take just about 3 years. And after I graduate from law school, I have to take the bar exam. Bar exam is essentially an exam that the state issues, the unique one to each state, and you take it to prove that you are able to represent your clients and you know the law. And after I pass that bar exam, which is a requirement by law, I can start looking for a job at a law firm. All right, so why did I choose psychology and why did I change my major? Well, to start off with, a psychology major compared to an international studies major is far more flexible and much more versatile. My international studies degree was a degree at ISU where I was learning Japanese and economic and foreign political development. Now, that can be a very good degree if that's the very specific field you're going into. And at the time, I wanted to either go into politics or go to law school. And after I did some thinking and some praying and wanted to come to BYUI, I decided that maybe I should find a degree that had a little bit more ability to pivot if I needed to find an alternate career or anything like that. The second reason that I switched was personal interest. I've had some friends and family afflicted by mental illness, and I thought it was a calling and an opportunity to learn more about their struggles. And the last reason I switched was kind of the debate in my head about psychology versus maybe a political science degree. The vast majority of students that apply to law school have a political science degree as their undergraduate degree. And if that's the way you want to go, that's awesome. But when you apply to law school, just about everyone else has that same degree. So if you don't have a 4.0 and just screaming letters of recommendation, lots of legal experience, just perfect across the board, then you're not going to get in because there is going to be a student that has that. But if I'm maybe the only or 1 out of 2 psychology majors that are applying and my GPA is maybe 3.8 or even a 3.7, I won't have to compete nearly as hard to get into law school because I'm only competing with one other psychology major, or maybe none. They want diversity in the law school, not just everyone to have the same exact degree. All right, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. You guys have a nice day.